Hi, I'm Joe Longthorne. I'm the new interim artistic director here at the Barnstormers Theater. I'm here with Clayton Phillips, director of our first production of the season, Our Town.
Really excited to be here. Really excited.
Good, wonderful. Well, Clayton, how did you feel, first question, when I asked you to direct Our Town this summer?
Oh my God, when you first called me, first of all, I was so excited to see that the theater was coming back together again and things were being done in a year and a half. It's been a rough year and a half for all of us. So when you said Our Town and when you asked me to do Our Town, I just thought, what a brilliant idea, first of all, to be doing that production as the first show out of the pandemic. I mean, and I love this piece. I actually directed it here years ago when I was the artistic director here. I directed a production of it. But since then, the world has changed so much that when you came to me with it and you said, and I would like you to have a fresh look at it, I was so excited to sort of really re-examine this material again, because it's a play about the world, and it's a play about what the world is, and the world has changed so much in the last year and a half. To actually use this piece to examine that and to look at it fresh, really exciting. So
Yeah.
I was really thrilled,
Good.
believe me, and then honored that it was me who you asked to do it.
Well, and you touched on something that was important to me, which is that this is a play about community. And
Yeah.
coming out of the pandemic, I thought it was important to sort of re-engage our community with a show just like this.
So
something
smart. So
important to the history of the theater, but
Yeah.
something we could take a fresh look at.
Exactly, so smart, really smart. I mean, I think it was an excellent.
Thank
So congratulations on that too. I was so thrilled.
Good. Well, now moving along, what could audiences expect will be different about this production of Our Town versus what you've directed in the past, the way the show has been seen at the theater in the past?
Well, I mean, I think I've always approached it very traditionally in the past, and because we're in New Hampshire and we're in Tamworth and we're in a place where you look at it very traditionally because it takes place in New Hampshire. It's written about a town in New Hampshire, and honestly, Francis Cleveland, who founded this theater, was in the original production on Broadway. So you always have to be aware that you want to honor that, but you also need to honor what Thornton Wilder wrote was a play about the world and about what the world is and about our lives. And so in looking at the last year and a half, what's been happening in the world is we're opening ourselves up to more diversity. We're opening ourselves up to much more in the world that's real and honest about our world, not just our town, but the world and the world as it is. So one of the things that I think is really exciting about this production, and you brought it to me too and said I'd really like to look at more diversity, is that we're being very diverse with this cast. It's going to be a very mixed race cast. It's going to be a very interesting. I think we've got some non-binary people in it. I think we've got some really such an interesting group of people.
Yeah, I was pleased. Roles. I think we took a color-conscious approach in casting.
Yes,
we
exactly.
Sort of were very conscious about creating some more room, some more space for opportunity.
And what I really loved is that it wasn't about let's just cast people who are of color. It was let's think about how people of color will add to this material. And honestly, the more I analyzed it, the more I looked at it, the more I thought, well, this is sort of duh. This is what it should be. It really should just be the world, and this is representing the world.
And the play itself has such a rich history. I think it's becoming like Shakespeare. I think this is the kind of play where you can now take the text and we can do so many different things with it, which is super exciting to both of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thrilled about that. I mean, so that's the big thing about it. We're also approaching it with a very sort of contemporary sense of the material. So I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to have a lot more of a contemporary feel. I think we're going to be welcoming people into looking at the process of theater, and looking at what it means to put that kind of play together in the way we're presenting this. So I don't want to give too much away because it's kind of exciting to see what we're doing, and honestly, I think I don't want to give too much away.
Sure. No, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And my final question for you, in imagining the future of the Barnstormers, the future of theater in New Hampshire, in this region, what do you hope for, and then how does this production of this play support that vision?
Well, that's such an interesting question because I just left Florida and moved back to New Hampshire.
Okay.
So I came back here because not only do I love New Hampshire and I love my friends and love the people up here, I love the theater that I do up here. For the Barnstormers, I think, I was the artistic director for 4 years here at the Barnstormers, and I've come back ever since then and directed almost every season, done a show. And, I'm so thrilled that you're doing what you're doing and what you're bringing to it, because it's a new look of things. It's got a sort of different feel to it, but it's honoring the history of the theater, which is very important, and I know it's very important for this theater to honor the history. It's been here for a very long time, but I am very excited about where you're going with this, and I'm really excited about what the potential is in this space. I mean, there's so much potential, and I'm thrilled to be back up here, and I'm thrilled to be doing this first production. I'm excited. I'm very excited about what you're doing.
Thank
really,
you.
honestly.
I like to say the theater is 91 years young, and so there's a great opportunity to both honor what's been so amazing in the rich history of this theater the last 9 decades, while imagining a path forward with new productions, with new works, and that's a lot of what we're bringing into the summer of 2021.
Which is great. I mean, I tried to do a little bit of that when I was here too, but I don't think we were completely ready for it. But we did get a couple of new things done, and it was very exciting. And it's really exciting that you're getting to approach that.
Thank you.
Really exciting.
Well, come see Our Town. It's playing at the theater on the lawn of the Tamworth History Center, adjacent to our theater building, running July 27th through the 31st. We really hope to see you there.
Yes, please come. It's going to be a great production. Promise.
Thank you.